Before I start today's topic, I want to go over something else. One last question that you might have about the joke website or the set of classes that we've built is how would you go about making it so that variables from the database are available in the overall website layout? So we're loading the website layout at this point here in the entry point class, and that is for us the same on every website we build. So what we want is a way of creating variables that are available here. And using the code as it is at the moment, we'd have to create variables in this function somewhere to make them available in the website layout. And obviously those variables may not exist on some websites, they may exist on others. So what we need is some way of making it so that we can get data that's available for the joke website on the joke website layout, or the assignment 2 website data on the assignment 2 website layout, and so on. And that might be different on different pages. On one website you might want a list of the latest posts down the side. On another you might want a list of the categories in the navigation, and so on. So to do that, we need a way of adding some variables at this point, and we can solve it effectively the same way we solved the get controller part, because each website provides its own set of controllers, and each website provides its own login check, and each website provides its own default route. So all we're going to do is change the interface again, add another function to it, so that there's a new function which returns the variables for the layout. So here, what we would do is we would have template vars equals this routes get layout variables, or something to that effect. And then the routes class for each website can provide the variables needed for the layout. And then to load the template, we'll just use the existing load template function, which is actually in the class now, isn't it? So we'll use $this load template, give it the name of the template we want to load, and then template vars. And that will then use the load template function to load layout.html.php and pass it through the variables that have come from this function. And each website now in its routes class can provide that function. And that will just return an array of all of the variables that we want to make available in the template. So if we had latest articles, and then we can use from there, we could do something like jokes table find, or whatever we want to do, and find those records into there. Obviously we'd have to make this now a class variable, so we'd have to make it so that this was created as a class variable rather than at that point, but that's easy enough to do. So we'll just make that a class variable, or even create a new instance at that point, and then we can read data from the database and pass it back into the overall website layout. So I haven't shown you a complete example there, but I've shown you enough to point you in the right direction.